All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. And we're continuing with Ace Combat 0, which we are in the home stretch of. Because at this point, what's it? Like, all we have, well... Yeah, I think all we have is the aces. Right? No, there's like some medals. I don't know if I need every medal. I kind of want them, but if one of them is like awful, then I might just piece it like I did with Ace Combat 5. Oh, the gauntlet, you're right. That's kind of part of the aces. There's gonna be aces in the gauntlet. You know, it's... I lump it in. I haven't played the gauntlet yet. But I'm saving it. I'm saving it. Didn't do all of it. No, I did not. AC5, I was plenty ready. Look. There's only so much AC5 a man can take within a short window of time. It's great when you spread it all out, but you only play it, sorry. It's great when you spread it out or like play it, you know, once in a while. Binge playing Ace Combat 5 is a highway to burnout. Just because the missions, it's the missions. The missions get really tiresome to like sit there and replay over and over again, except for a couple. There are some really fun ones, even like on replay. But yeah. Hello, Bob, Jusuf, Maverick, Yuriko, Dreammaster. Hello. Love that game. God bless you. There are a couple in 7 that are like speedrun the game or beat the game damageless. Isn't there one that's beat the game like the entire campaign? Machine gun only. Isn't that one in 7? I think people have mentioned before. Machine gun only for like the whole campaign, I believe, is a thing in 7. Hold on. With the medals. Let me see. I'm only missing 4. This one is the get 50 gun kills, which I've been working towards, because that one's not bad at all. Let me pull up the medals list, because... Oh. These are S rank every mission. I don't feel like I need to do that. Oh my god, on all 54 campaign missions. Also, great timing for someone to start mowing the lawn. Awesome. Hold on. Speaking of, I don't feel like I have enough lighting in here. Give me more. The sun is kind of out today. Normally that would be enough, but yeah, with these, I don't know. These, I'm not so sure. The machine gun one, sure, but like, do I need to play like, what, 162 missions for those 3 medals? I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that to myself. I think I'm good on that, actually. Oh, hold on. We need to go back here. It's in... Oh, shit. Results, I think? I keep forgetting where to find... No. Where are... I think they're in Assault Records. Yes, these are the aces. Okay. Progress is being made. I do not have Ace 51 is the next one that I'm missing. Okay. I don't know the color coding, so I'm gonna have to go back in a second. Oh, this is what or this is similar to what I was doing, but a little different. It's the same mission that I don't like, but appears from the northern border if the player earns 5,000 plus points in the first 7 minutes. Northern border this time, and green is the soldier path. Not gonna do the campaign anymore? I have no reason to do the campaign anymore. It's all free mission from here. Because at this point, we're just doing aces and the gauntlet. That's all we got. This is mission 7. We need the soldier path. But I legitimately, like, there's no reason to do it in the campaign at this point. Thought that was a plane. Thought what was a plane?
Nuclear arms and V2, a weapon of mass destruction.
Huh.
The Allied forces' top brass have decided to send troops across the Hydrian line into Belkan to check for nuclear arms and secure.
Also, what is an ADR-1F or an XR-900? I don't know what either of these are. 1F. ADR-1F?
Situated at the peak of Mount Freya, the ruins of Gladysant have been transformed into a modern base with anti-aircraft artillery and a powerful defense system.
It's a hazard class label. Oh, the lawnmower? No, it was not a plane. That's like another... It happens every once in a while where, like, genuinely, as I start up the stream, like within the first 5 minutes or so, someone in the house is like, this is the best time of day to mow the lawn. And it definitely is for them. Oh, what's the other one? XR-900? This is a motorcycle. I do not know shit about motorcycles. Hold on, wait. Let me go back. ADR-1F motorcycle? Ah! There is a... Is it a dirt bike? I can't... A whole bunch of different bikes came up. I don't even know what it is. I tried. Just ADF-1? Ah, it's like a really... The only ADF-1 that came up is like a really old, like vintage Harley. Is that right? The Geopelia? ADF-1 is the Falcon. Oh. Well, they're both also motorcycles, apparently. Seemingly. Look at how much I know about Ace Combat. See, I know Falcon. You could say Falcon, I know it. Wyvern. Yeah. Strike Wyvern. Yeah. What's the one from AC2? Does that one have like a... like an easier name, or is it just the like X whatever? I don't remember. XFA 27. Is there like an easier name? Or is it just the XFA 27? Planes for the Nintendo 3DS? I haven't even heard of planes for the Nintendo 3DS. Noster has no official nickname. Damn, I'm never gonna remember that thing's name, especially because of the existence of what's it, the XO2. I will forever confuse the two of them. There's no way out of it. Booyah. Oh, someone else got that. I don't have 3 missiles. I was trying to go really fast there and then suddenly realized I couldn't go that fast. I got, what, 7 minutes to hit 5K to spawn the ace? That's not even bad, to be honest. It's pretty flexible, actually. And this time I don't have to go over to that eastern side with all the flak that kept shooting me down the other day. Did I have the keyboard double type all the time? What is double type? Like, did you have like kind of sticky keys? Like, you know, over time, sometimes they start to like get slow on the release and they'll kind of stay down for a second when you press them. Did you just have something like that? Ah, shit. River Raid for the Atari 2600. Man, I really wish, like, I love retro games, right? And this might be Zoomer shit for anyone who's like mega boomer in chat, in terms of gaming, that is. But as much as I try to like play and appreciate old Atari games from time to time, I really just can't. Like, they're just so primitive that I can't really like latch onto them. You know what I mean? I try. I've made effort before, but I can just never actually get it to happen. Like NES, like super early NES is like kind of as old as I can go and like legitimately still have a really good time playing them. You know what I mean? Like, give me something from like 84, 85. I can probably get into that, but not earlier than that, typically. At least nothing that I've really found outside of like, you know, Pac-Man. Pac-Man kicks ass. Some of the really good arcade games that just got ported to the Atari, those are decent. I never get sick of some Pac-Man. I don't know why. Like, I feel like I should get sick of Pac-Man, but I just don't. Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins is good. Yeah, I like a lot of NES games, even though some of them I will also, like, go on unhinged rants about how much of a disaster certain parts of the game are. Like, a few days ago, maybe it was like a week ago, I don't know, somewhat recently, I was talking about the original Metroid and how I've played that to completion, and I enjoyed it, but holy shit, without a walkthrough, that game is miserable. Like, there's just no chance in hell that you were ever gonna get through that without like a guidebook or calling the hotline, you know what I mean? It's just designed in such a way that you would never be able to actually figure it out. That ace should be along the northern edge, it said. I might just have to like get up there to get it on the map. I'm flying faster than my missiles. AA gun is behind the wall. God damn it. The current damage on your plane. Yeah, it would be nice. Like outside of just the HUD. Actually, you know which game does do that? I'm so glad that you brought this up, because everyone knows how much I love a good chance to say something good about this game. Ace Combat Assault Horizon has great visual feedback for when you take damage. Like, you actually see your plane start to like fall apart and shit. It's beautiful. love a good chance to say something good about Assault Horizon. I don't know. It's something about it activates like the little shit part of my brain that just loves to say something good because I know it's gonna upset someone that I did. Man, where the hell is this ace at? From the northern border. Oh my god. From? So, the ace... This is the Grippin. Where the hell is the ace at? Assault Horizon's great. Assault Horizon has that Resident Evil 6 quality to it. Where, what's it called? It's not the best game by any means, and it's kind of like, in terms of just the direction that things were going in, a low point for the series. But at the same time, if it wasn't part of the series that it belonged to, it would just be a really fun, like, stupid action game. I have flown into the flak area. Oh my god. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that at all. I don't know where my ace is. I'm on the soldier version. I'm on ace difficulty. Because there are minimum difficulties, so I've just been doing all of them on ace. Simplifies me needing to check for every little thing. I don't know where this ace is. There's supposed to be 2 of them, which makes it even weirder. It's supposed to be a pair of aces. And there's no minimum difficulty for these guys either. It's so weird. Did they crash on a mountain? Bro, I swear to God. How stupid would that be? What's that out there? Oh. Not one of the aces. Can they do that? Can they just randomly crash into a mountain after spawning? Is that a thing that happens that I should be aware of? A possibility to keep in mind, perhaps? That's not them. I got my hopes up again. Oh, wow, you're all the way down there. Okay. I don't think so. Oh yeah, the AI does just go through the floor, you're right. So they can't have just crashed into a mountain. Huh. I see a pair of something airborne, like down this way. I'm gonna take that chance, just because I can see that there's 2 of them right next to each other. They only spawn in the north. It said that they come from the north. So they could have spawned and just like flown down to this part of the map. I don't know. Oh, I'm out of specials. No, it's not them. I'll go resupply and maybe just hope. I have to go digging through some old game facts. If I have to go digging through old guides and stuff because the wiki just has the wrong requirement. They source this as being from the Ace Combat Zero guidebook from back in the day. So what if the guidebook had it wrong? Oh boy.
Galm 1, you're close to the return line. Maintain your current heading to return to base and resupply.
Galm 1, begin landing checks. You are cleared to land.
Typing 2 letters when you press key just once? Oh, what?
You're coming in too fast. Slow down.
What was causing that? Was the keyboard just breaking? Simply. Hold on. Oh, fuck. There goes. I almost just slammed my controller. Like, I almost just threw it across the room. Is Combat 0 Vampire? Aces.
You're coming in too fast. Slow down.
I'm not seeing any, like, what's it called? Any forum posts or anything about them not spawning. Well, there's warnings because of all the damage I've taken. Starlink Battle for Atlas? No. There's a Yakuza TV show happening? Have you guys, speaking of, have you guys seen, what's it? That, like, scene preview that they put out for the Borderlands movie? Did anyone see that? They put up, like, an action scene to, like, preview the film. It looks awful. It looks really bad. Like, I already kind of knew, you know, we all kind of already knew when we saw, like, the casting and all that. Very, very few people were optimistic about it once we started actually getting, like, concrete details. But holy shit, it looks bad. I saw Civvy absolutely tear it apart in his Max Payne video. He did what? Civvy has a tangent in the Max Payne video where he just rips open the preview from the Borderlands movie. I haven't watched the Max Payne video yet. I saw it pop up, but I haven't watched it yet. Now I want to watch it more. God damn it. Where are my aces? Huh? What's going on here? Why are they not spawning? It's a bad Guardians-like thing. It looks rough. It just like... And I love Borderlands too. Like, I'm a huge Borderlands fan. And I know a lot of people love to be like, oh, the writing and the jokes are so insufferable. That's not why I play Borderlands. I don't even listen to them when they talk. I play them because the games are fun. And they're really damn fun. But shit, man. I'm utterly shocked. Well, yeah, there's a difference though between, like, you know, we saw like just posters and stuff and it was like, oh, this doesn't look good. But now we have like a whole scene that they uploaded and it does not look good. Like, it's different once you just get like a straight scene from the movie and you're like, oh boy. You have to destroy all... Man, where's that? Is that on the wiki? Did I just not read it? Do I... the mission might complete from me doing that. Let's hope not. Because I already have a lot of points. On the same level of Saints Row 3 in terms of writing? I would say no. I think Saints Row 3, or fuck, Saints Row 3 has worse writing for the most part. However, Borderlands 3 should be a war crime. I don't know who wrote that script, but fuck me. It was... yeah. But no, Saints Row writing, like, post Saints Row 2, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And after... see, okay. Yeah, that's crazy, because it does just say that. Maybe I should just read the whole thing instead of, like, skimming to try to get through the... like, I'm trying to keep the pace up here. Turn me off the franchise forever. I actually still haven't played the expansion yet. What's it called? Why can I not think of it? Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, right? I think that's what it's called. I haven't gotten to the Borderlands 3 expansion yet. It looks really fun. And I've heard, like, a lot of people think it's just a big upgrade over Borderlands 3 in terms of, like, gameplay and systems design. So, whenever I do play it, I'll probably be happy with it. I actually love Borderlands 3 gameplay-wise. I think Borderlands 3 is still super fun because the characters are so well designed in Borderlands 3. Like, so well designed. The character systems design and stuff really, what's it called? Really makes or breaks them. At least for me. Tiny Tina's isn't an expansion? No, it's a standalone expansion. It's like the pre-sequel. The pre-sequel is also an expansion. It's just standalone, old school style. Like they did it in the 90s. Well, like they did it most of the time in the 90s. I don't know what causes all the other targets to spawn in. After I experienced the story of 3. Yeah, thankfully, I haven't given a shit about the Borderlands story since, like, playing the first game for like a few hours. I know that, like, I'm kind of an exception on that. There are people who do enjoy the story of Borderlands. I've just never been one of them. I think the characters have their moments. Like, some characters in Borderlands I find hilarious, legitimately. I love Scooter so much. Love that guy. But most characters in Borderlands, I'm just like, I don't really. Yeah. I'm just not there for that, personally. So, like, I thought the story was bad, but I still really liked the game, generally speaking. Come on. I need all the other targets to spawn. I actually might want to reset. Oh no, I guess it gives you 7 minutes. So even though I kind of messed up by skipping past everything to try to rush to the northeast side, it's such a loose requirement that I can probably make it happen anyway. Holy lawnmower. Shit's loud. I still have to get through another age first. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You got way more than another age, friend. Unless you're skipping other gens, which, to be fair, with Armored Core, you totally can. I think release order is great for Armored Core, though. Like, the kind of gradual evolution of things in the first 3 gens to then everything just going all wacky and then kind of coming back together with 6. It's a really interesting progression of things. I do recommend. When I said I set the dialogue volume to 0, I don't turn it off, but I will sit there and just be like, man, what the fuck are they saying? There are occasionally like really genuinely funny lines that come out of Borderlands, for sure.
Sector E has been
Just the majority of it, I'm not huge on.
approaching.
Oh, for fuck, I want those points.
They must hate our guts to put up something like this.
I still got like 2.5 minutes to get like 1,000 points. The requirement is really loose on this. That guy's way the fuck out there. Come on. Come on. Is that missile even gonna make it? I don't think it will. It did. Okay. Sure.
Looks like things are gonna get rough. Don't go nuts on me now. This is most of my hometown. I won't let the Allied forces go any further.
Approaching gun range.
Stop the Allied forces at Gladys.
Was there an actual DLC for Dr. Disrespect in Predator Hunting Grounds, or is that a fake meme? I think it's fake. I have not heard of that until today, so I would assume fake. Although it's also Predator Hunting Grounds, so I likely would not have heard of it, in all fairness.
Radar lock.
Where's factcheck.com when you need it most, man?
Check on the target.
True to the name. But guys, he didn't mean it. Come on. He didn't mean it though. There was no actual intent. Come on. Be fair to the guy here. Don't be so ridiculous. I still can't believe that he said that. I'm genuinely like still baffled by it. He's like, well, yeah, maybe I messaged that miner, but I didn't mean it. There was no actual intention behind that. I wasn't actually gonna do anything. Come on, guys. I said I was going to, but I wasn't actually going to. Come on. Come on. It's crazy. It's an insane way to try to defend that. At least he didn't get out the ukulele. It might be worse than the ukulele. I don't know. Maybe not. Kind of hard to say, to be honest. Like, they're both really just the worst statements ever. But, like, totally different at the same time. Like, they're kind of hard to compare. Because one of them was supposed to be an apology that then was more just like sarcastically taking shots at her detractors with a ukulele song. But then the docs was like not even an apology. He was just like, hey, since everyone's spouting all this bullshit, let me clear my name. Yeah, I messaged that miner, but I didn't mean it. You didn't clear your name, you just...
Galm 1, missile evaded.
Oh my god. I'm still not over it. Like, the thing is, too, you know that he has a team behind him, right? He can't have, like, gotten approved for that statement. He probably just wrote that and sent it out without ever asking, like, his manager or whoever. Because there's no way they would have let him put that out. Any rational person reading that is like, no, Doc. You pretty much just admitted to like, well, yeah, you know, I was messaging them, but I got caught before we ever did anything. Like, what? Confirmed everyone's bias. I can't imagine how he thought that was going to like clear things up, because he did. He legitimately thought that. He thought it was going to make things better. It's still just shocking to me. Are they really? Oh, no, okay, there they are. I thought they were really high up because they weren't, like, showing on screen yet. I just wasn't close enough. That's one. That will be two. Unless it misses, because he's turning really hard. Wow, that hit him? Okay. I'm actually shocked that that hit him, but I'll take it. I need more missiles. Let me clear by name by making it way worse. Yeah, like, even before he said that, I was like, it seems like he might have done that. Because I've talked about it before, there was the whole roller coaster for me. Because at first when the Twitch guy came out and was like, hey, I used to work at Twitch back when this happened, he got banned for messaging a minor. I was kind of like, okay, this is some random on Twitter. Like, we don't actually know if he even worked at Twitch. Like, we don't have anything. So at first I didn't even like say anything about it. I just kept my mouth shut. I acted like I didn't know anything about it for a few days. But then his game company fired him. Like the one that he founded, the board voted him out of the company. And I was like, what? Because that's like, they have a little bit of info that we don't, you know, publicly. And they collectively came to the decision that they needed to drop him. That was when I was first like, oh, maybe there's something to this actually. Hold on. That's weird. That's really weird. And then he just came out and was like, yeah, I did it. So what? So what? I didn't actually have sex with her. Never happened. Doc, you were 36 years old. I never had sex with her. You can't prove it. No wrongdoing was found. I'm still in shock. I'm still... Like, can you tell that I'm still just like, what the fuck? Couldn't care less about him. I never watched him or anything. I had seen some clips of him. Like, I mentioned it like a couple weeks ago. There are those clips where he like breaks character because something so funny happens that he can't even like maintain the whole character that he plays on stream. And those clips are funny because it's just a genuine, like, he's laughing so hard that he can't like pull it together and play the character. You see him trying to, but he just can't. I always thought those clips were funny, but I never watched him. Oh, wow. I guess I never watched him because I wasn't a big, like, Battle Royale guy. That was kind of his shtick. Well, I liked Apex, but that was, like, the one BR that he didn't play. I did have a strong Apex phase that I've talked about before, where I was a really sweaty Apex player. I got really good at the game. Dr. Disrespect had an item on the Subway menu? Where's my Subway menu item? I don't know what it would be, but we could figure something out. Surely. I could make a sandwich. I'm good at making sandwiches. Most Apex players are either sponsored or on Titanfall 3 Copium. Yeah. I just don't play anymore. The game... There was one big update where they overhauled the ranking system. And they made it so easy to get to a high rank that I think it was like 60% of the player base in that one ranked split where they first made the change got to Masters. So like a rank that was previously roughly 2% of the population and like the top 2%, right? Ended up becoming 60% of the players reached that rank in one season. If that just puts into perspective how much easier they made it to rank up. Like, really, all you had to do was play the game enough that season, and you would get masters. And after that season, I stopped playing. I lost interest entirely. Because I had played for like a couple years up to that point on and off, and I had gotten to be like a consistent diamond player. And I felt really proud about that, because that was like top 10-ish% of the player base. But then they just made it so that anyone could be masters. It didn't mean anything. And I just dropped and never looked back. I think they fixed it now. I think, like, I've heard that it's gotten better. I think they changed it back or something. I don't know. I really have no idea. I've completely dropped out, and I'm not even, like, in tune with what's going on with the game anymore. Warzone 1 before the map change from Verdansk. I played a lot of Warzone 1. I talked about this before, because Warzone 1 came out right when COVID hit. And, like, right as Minnesota, the state of Minnesota went into lockdown, like, literally that week, Warzone 1 dropped. So, you know, me and the boys were all out of school. Our senior year of high school, you know? We had nothing to do but just kind of hang out and play games all day. And Modern Warfare 2019 was the first cross-play Call of Duty, so it was like a huge thing at my high school at least. Because literally everyone could play together as long as you just had Modern Warfare. It, like, legitimately, there were so many, there was so much like crossover between all of the friend groups in my high school that year just because of Call of Duty going cross-play. Like, a bunch of dudes that otherwise never would have hung out or talked to each other started hanging out and talking to each other, like, all the time. And then Warzone came out, and beyond that, it was free to play. You didn't even have to own the base game, and everyone could get in on it. So we made, like, a huge Discord server for, like, the senior grade guys. I think we had over 100 guys in there who were just playing COD with each other in, like, all the voice chats and stuff during COVID. And some of us got really good. Like, me and my buddies, we were all like top 1% on the leaderboards for wins on Warzone when it first came out, like the first season or so of Warzone. We all had like the top 1% of like total wins in the game. We were legitimately cracked right at the start though. Like, before everyone really knew how to play, we were good. Eventually it got to the point where other people, like the general player base, started to improve and kind of outpaced us, and we dropped off after enough time. But man, right at the start, we were fucking cracked on that shit. We were so good. Like, legitimately really fucking good. Also, some of us had been playing Apex for a while and getting really good at just, you know, the general BR stuff. Like how to drop in, loot quick, how to play circle, stuff like that. You know, positioning, all the like basic battle royale skill sets we already had down really good from grinding Apex so much. So we were set up for success when that happened. And I mean, everyone, when Warzone 1 came out, just had all fucking day to grind it out. Literally nothing better to do. Everything was locked down. And it was that period where, like, it wasn't even, you know, work from home or do school from home. It was like that point where everyone just kind of thought that it was going to be like a 2-week lockdown. So we all legit just like took 2 weeks off to quarantine, and that was supposed to be it. Obviously that's not what it was. And after a couple weeks, everyone started, you know, working and doing school again just from home. But for those like 2 weeks, man, there was nothing better to do than just grind Warzone all fucking day. Hold on. Purple, is that night? Yep. Okay, so the purple is night. This is the same exact thing. This is the same exact thing. It is get 5,000 points in the first 7 minutes and clear out the northwest sector on the night version. My messages didn't go through. If there's a word in your messages that YouTube really doesn't like, think words that YouTube wouldn't want advertisers to see on the website or like terms, whatever, if there's anything like that, YouTube will hold your message. Like to the point where it doesn't even go through to like me and the mods, like we can see it, but no one else can. No, like it just fully holds it. No one will see it. Like fuck? No, I can see that one here. Right now, there's a message from Lego that's getting held, but I can see it and make the choice on whether or not to approve it. It says, and I quote, "like fuck. I will now approve it so that you can all see it." Bingo. Fuck from Yuriko. I'll approve it. Boom. But there are some terms and stuff that YouTube just is like, nope. Nope. Like, I can't even see it. I don't even get the choice. It just fully gets held.
The Galm Team.
YouTube is okay with that? PDF? Yes, that would not go through. If you are trying to say something about a PDF file, wink wonk, that will not go through. Absolutely not. Are you going to get all S ranks? I don't think so. I was talking about that at the beginning of stream. To do the S rank medals, it might sound like, oh, it's so lame to just not do that one thing. But that one thing means playing an extra like 160 missions at the end of everything else just for those 3 medals. I don't think it's worth it. Like, quite frankly, I don't think the time invested is worth what I get out of it. I think I'll just move on. You know, as if I haven't played every mission in the game like at least 5 times by the end of doing everything else anyway. I don't think it's worth it. Because it's on every separate difficulty too. It's... How do I convert a doc to a PDF file? Yeah, I saw that tweet. I think everyone saw that tweet. Like everyone who uses Twitter and is in the gaming space, I feel like we all saw that tweet. Which is the best PS2 Ace Combat now? It's still 4. It's still 4. 4 is like the middle ground of AC5 and 0. Like it has the best qualities of both. Not to the extent that those 2 games have them. But it means that it also doesn't have like the massive drawbacks of either of them. Like 4 is just that nice smooth experience all around. Like 5 is great for a first playthrough, like super captivating and stuff to play once, and even not even just a first playthrough, but like to play maybe like once a year, maybe even like once every 6 months. But to sit there and like replay it over and over again, you'll get sick of those missions really fast. 4 doesn't have that. But it has like that really captivating first playthrough quality. 0 has like the ultimate replayability, but it's got some weird pacing, some really weird story stuff. But man, it's so replayable. 4 is super replayable as well. But I think 4 has a better story than 0. I think 4 has a smooth, like a nicer first run through. If that makes sense. I can see why a lot of people like have 0 as their favorite. Because if you're the kind of person who does just like replay the shit out of the game, 0 is like the perfect Ace Combat game for that alone. But I'm like, I want to have that balance, that little bit of both. You know what I mean? I like the middle ground. Because you go too far to one extreme and, you know, you sacrifice like the other end of the spectrum in service of it, if that makes sense. doesn't have to be that way, but for the old Ace Combat games, it is that way. That one B guy from Nexus, Gino B. Your second hottest take besides JA. I don't think my Joint Assault take is that crazy. I really don't think it's that crazy. Like, because my Joint Assault take is like, there's so much good about this game, but holy shit, do the controls really suck. Like, I don't even have like a super polarizing take on that game. At least I don't feel like it should be polarizing. It apparently is. But I feel like my opinion on Joint Assault is like so, what's the best way to describe it? Like moderate, like doesn't, you know, I'm not sitting here saying it's like the best Ace Combat ever, nor am I saying it's the worst. I'm like, yeah, it's got good stuff, got bad stuff. But for some reason, people freaked the fuck out when I said it had some good stuff. It's okay, yeah. I think if it had a better flight model, it would actually be like on the upper end of the series. Because like the story's terrible. The story's terrible. But like the mission design is really cool. It's just, it controls like shit. Like just the basic, you know, the whole thing of like flying around, flying your plane feels bad. Which is like the worst thing that you could have feel bad in an Ace Combat game. There are a lot of upsides to Joint Assault, but then like a couple of the largest downsides that an Ace Combat game could have to balance them out.
Follow the Galm Team. Abandon anti-aircraft bunker 4. There's nothing of use there now.
Had the legacy flight mode, it would be great. Like if it just controlled like a PS2 Ace Combat game, I legitimately think it would be like if you were to rank every game, right? It would be on the upper half of the scale. I'm not saying it would be like the best thing ever, but it would be fairly high up. Probably like number 6 or number 5, but just as is, it's on the lower end. Because goddamn those controls. I just remembered thinking back on it, on the Joint Assault video, that is. I just remembered the one comment that was like, and not even the comment, he was also saying it like in the Ace Combat Discord when talking about the video in there. He was like, it feels like someone had a gun to his head to say nice things about the game. What? That guy? I forgot about that one. I forgot about he must have had a gun to his head. He was forced to say good things about the game. Yeah, the reaction to that video was very unexpected. I did not see that one coming at all. But I guess it's because I don't have like a super strong idea of what people think of the Ace Combat games. Like prior to doing those videos, I knew of a couple of them. Like obviously I knew what people thought of Assault Horizon. But for the most part, I didn't really have like a strong idea beforehand. So that one blindsided me. I did not expect that reaction at all. I need missiles, man. There's a lot of shit to blow up here. Like, I genuinely might even go over the score limit just blowing all this up before I even get the ace to spawn. There's so much to blow up there.
80% of enemy forces are under our control. It's time to rock and roll.
It's normal with every fan base. What, like having that one game? Ace Combat has 2 though. I say that one. Ace Combat does have 2. There's 2 games in this case that like the fan base just is like rabid about. And there's always like on the upper end too. There's like 1 or 2 games for every series that are like, this game can do no wrong sort of game. Like with Ace Combat, it's largely 0. There are some people out there. I did get a lot of comments as well that were like, you know, I agree about the 0 thing. Like the pacing is really odd. The writing is really hit or miss, etc., etc. AC Advance, yes, we all love Advance. Obviously, can do no wrong. With Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 definitely is like one of those you can't say a bad thing about this game kind of games.
Heading to return to base and resupply.
Galm 1 begin landing checks. You are cleared to land.
Pay attention to radar, huh?
You're coming in too fast. Slow down.
Do you reckon Assault Horizon has a better sense of speed compared to 6? I would definitely say so, but I think it's like about the same speed. As 6. I don't know this for sure. I think that like the planes actually move at like about the same rate, but there's just so many extra effects happening in Assault Horizon that it makes it feel way faster. Makes it feel faster.
You're coming in too fast. Slow down.
I'm coming in at a normal speed. They would defend it with their lives. But yeah, if you don't know the lore with my MGS3 video, I really liked the game, but I was like, a lot of these bosses don't feel as special as like Foxhound from like MGS1. And like, I don't love going into the menu constantly to change my camouflage and like little things like that. And I gave it a 9.1 out of 10. And I got comments that were like, you were so unfairly critical in this video that I will never watch this channel again. And I was like, wow, this is the craziest example of like rabid fan base shit that I think I've ever seen. I gave it a like that's one of the highest scores I've given in a review series so far. I rarely go above a 9. And yeah, the reaction was wild to that one. It's the most controversial video in the Metal Gear series that I've done. And I said a lot of good things about the Twin Snakes. And people weren't even as angry about that as me, like, having some nitpicks with MGS3. Type fans, you just haven't encountered them because you haven't really said much negative about it. I didn't give it that high of a score, did I? I guess I remember a little bit with AC4. There were a bunch of people who, like, when I said that the UI in AC4 is kind of messy and doesn't look that good, that got a lot of pushback. I'm trying to remember, though. Because I know that I definitely had my things with AC4. Now that you're playing it one more time, I haven't given any game a 10 in my life. Even Ocarina. I think Ocarina is still over a 9. It has a 99 average on Metacritic out of 100. I don't think it's that high. I think that Ocarina has some issues in terms of like navigating the player at times and stuff like that. the original game's camera with the Z targeting thing, that sucks. Z targeting is brutal. It's probably like a low 9 still. Like, it's still really fucking good, but I don't think it's like nearly a perfect game. You know what I mean? But it's really, it's in that ballpark. It's definitely over a 9 still, but maybe like a 9 point. I don't even wanna. I'll do Zelda someday, surely. Both times that I've pulled for a new review series, it's gotten like in the top 10 both times. I think it's actually a top 3 currently. I think it was a top 10 when we did the polling after Armored Core, and it's currently top 3, like going into the next, like, you know, me trying to gauge things out. It's somewhere over a 9. Don't stir that pot yet, then. Oh man, is the Ocarina video gonna be bad? When I'm like, yeah, this Z targeting thing, not great. Like, for the time, just was a solution they had to stick with, but you play it now and it's kind of rough. Oh man, it's Nintendo fans too. Maybe I don't want to do Zelda. Could we just, maybe I just never do it. Maybe I just never touch the Zelda series. I don't want to deal with the Nintendo. You guys, surely a lot of you know, like, diehard Nintendo fans are scary. They scare me. The Metal Gear fandom doesn't scare me. But the Nintendo fans. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Radar lock. AA guns destroyed.
Does everything good or great? Yeah, that's what I'm like. My thing with AC4 isn't that it's like the best at anything really. It's just kind of like, on the whole, like the most consistent Ace Combat game. You know, it feels smooth the whole way through, which is not something I can say about every Ace Combat game, or even a lot of them. I feel like every Ace Combat game has like that one thing where it's rough. Like, there's always that one spot in every Ace Combat game where it's like, okay, yeah, this could have used some more time in the oven. Definitely. You should do it sometimes because I want to see them. Diehard Nintendo fans are sad nerds. You have nothing to fear. We're all sad nerds, aren't we?
While you were on your mission, we received a report that the squadron
Sterling having real trouble when she reviewed Breath of the Wild. Oh man, and those two at the end, dude. I guess not the end, because now there's a Zelda game coming out in September. Like, even if I started a Zelda series today, I wouldn't get to the end in time before the new game comes out. But if you've ever heard me talk about Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom on stream, you know I'm not super charitable to those games. I have a lot of problems with those games. Like, a lot. Oh man, that will be bad. Someday. I say will because it is kind of an inevitable series at some point. That will be bad. Surely. What does this little SP indicator next to the... After an aircraft name indicates that shooting down the corresponding ace is required. Oh, it gives you a color. Okay. Don't call us Shirley. This one is also in mission 7 because fuck me. Playing this mission for an hour has not been enough. One more, I think. Yeah, this is the last ace on this mission. Doesn't matter what style, just has to be on ace difficulty. FAEB? I can't even think of what that is. Sorry, FABE. And it's the same thing. It's 5,000 plus points in 7 minutes, and then Destroy everything in the southwest corner.
The Allied forces top.
It's all the same challenge. You just have to do it like 5 times to get all of them, man. Nuke bomb. Do I have a plane that has this fabled nuke bomb? What was the first one on this? Hold on. BDSP, okay. I actually could probably buy a plane. Wait, that was it. Nuke bomb, you say. What plane is this? X-29A? Why not? I'll buy a new plane for the next mission in celebration. And we'll take that out for a spin. Nintendo make amazing games, but they're objectively frustrating as a company. Nintendo's business practices never fail to disappoint. Truly. I only get 4? There's better be some nuke. They did put the wings on backwards. You're not wrong. My plane is in perfectly fine shape, sir. Excuse you. Just because they put the wings on backwards, it still flies. Is Breath of the Wild the one where you can do the final boss right off the rip? You can technically, like you can, you never will as like a new player, but it's possible. Like you can just go there and not do any of the main quests. It's just super impractical because, you know, you go to the final boss of a Zelda game with like 3 hearts and no weapons or anything. But you can, if you really want to. Okay, that is certainly actually, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. You don't even have to aim that shit, dude. That just blew everything up.
Radar lock.
Are we really supposed to keep up with Cipher and Pixie on this mission?
Oh, okay, someone blew that up. Even, oh, Pixie must have. Hold on, sent the Polygon article about it. There was a Polygon article about this.
Locked on. AA guns destroyed.
Oh boy. I've never seen the original review. At least I don't think I have. I haven't watched many Breath of the Wild videos, so I don't know what generally gets like brought up and stuff. I haven't seen this review either. I can't even like see the little targeting thing. I probably could have just released it and been fine, to be honest. Surprised you haven't heard about it? I have not. Well, I didn't play Breath of the Wild until 2022. Yeah, 2022. That shit's loud. So I'm assuming that this just happened like way before I even would have given a shit. Oh, everything opened up. Beautiful. Okay. Southwest we go. Man, I kind of wish I had those long-range missiles though. It's fine. I'll make it work. I'm opening that in a tab, but I'm leaving it for now. I can get distracted after I've played this mission for the 4th time today. It's like the worst mission in the game, too. I don't like this one. You know what? Let's start with this. Yeah, you can really just let her rip. Doesn't matter. Oh, come on, lock on. There we go. Great. I'm playing it again. Okay. Jim Sterling, what did you say and how did they feel about it? Wait, what? Jim got a DDoS on his website because he didn't kiss Breath of the Wild's ass enough. Word for word, that's what the article says. That's a good start. Okay. What did he say? About affirmation they expected and didn't. Oh, this is actually a really good little blip here. I was just reading it on my own. But allow me to read this whole thing out loud, okay? Because this is really good, and I feel this a lot doing the videos that I do nowadays. People who gripe about a bad review, and they have it in quotes, aren't doing so because they were cheated out of their time or money by putting trust in the laziness or inarticulateness of another. In the tone of their complaint, you can already see a mind that has been made up. Instead, it's about affirmation they expected and didn't receive. That is a great blurb. Because like every time that I get someone who comments on a video and says that it's like a bad review, it's always just about like, there's one thing that they didn't agree with. And they'll normally state that thing in the comment. Or it could be just a broader, like they disagreed with a lot of points, but it's just because they disagree with my opinions on the game. They mass reported the video too. Jesus Christ. I need to get back to that, but I also need to fly planes. There's some downtime in this mission though. I could probably go back and forth with reading it. I'm like near the end of it already. It's really not talking much about the actual review. It's just kind of talking more about what happened in reaction to it.
Sector A has been taken care of. Head for the other sectors. Locked on. AA guns destroyed. Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar.
Yeah, they really don't like get into what the review actually said at all. It's just what happened in reaction and like a little commentary on why stuff like this happens, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I should start adding a disclaimer almost where I'm like, my opinion does not matter. Maybe people will get less upset. Even then, I don't really know. I don't think that would do anything. Maybe it would probably reduce some of it, but it's kind of unavoidable on the whole. I don't know if it's worth it. It does say near the top. Oh, I might have skimmed past it accidentally then. Hold on. She gave it a 7. Yeah, I was looking more for like, you know, the like more specific. I was like expecting a little blurb about, oh, it dropped the Metacritic score by a point. Oh, that's why they got so pissed. That's why. Still on Gladysant, there are so many aces on this mission, and it's all the same challenge with one slight variation. And also spread across the different styles, so you can't do them all at once. Oh no, that bomb. Oh, it actually hit. We're good. I'm just gonna go resupply and get more of these bombs. Fuck it. I think it'll actually be faster. There's so many like big towers to destroy there. Speaking of downtime, I feel like a 7 is relatively appropriate for Breath of the Wild. It's maybe a little above a 7, but I feel like I'm kind of in that general ballpark as well. Yeah, okay, so it was tied for like the second highest review score a game has ever gotten aggregate at 98. But then the Jim Sterling video dropped it to a 97 because, you know, it's aggregate. They mentioned here that I forgot that that Jim had an old lawsuit get brought to him about like his Steam reviews. Like someone legitimately sued him over having too many negative Steam reviews and saying that it was like hurting the business of the games that he was reviewing. At least like a 7.5. Yeah, I'm somewhere around like a 7.5-ish. I 100%ed Breath of the Wild back when I played it. I also 100%ed Tears of the Kingdom. For the record, I'm a psychopath. I've played more than 300 hours of the two of them combined. Actually, it's more than 350. It's somewhere between 350 and 400-ish. It was like 160 some hours for Breath of the Wild and like 230 some for Tears. So it's actually somewhere in the ballpark of 390 hours. Yep, okay. I shouldn't have said all that out loud. Is my math off? No. I was kind of hoping after I said it. I'm like, is my math just wrong? My math is wrong, right? No, it's not. Fuck. If you didn't collect one of every rock, you say that like I didn't. Granted, playing it and looking at it in the context of like an actual review video will maybe change the way I look. Like, I haven't done many of these of like games that I've actually played before the Armored Core thing, the series. When I was first doing, like, I did a couple experimental like review videos before that. I think Armored Core was the Armored Core was the 5th overall review video that I did, like around that time frame, that then spawned the whole like review series format, right? But prior to that, I had tried doing 2 of like the really long form in-depth reviews. I did Callisto Protocol and Dead Space, the original. And then I tried doing like shorter, more like intentionally paced videos of the original Far Cry and Dead Island. That was the other one. And then Armored Core came around. And all of those before the Armored Core video, I had played the games prior to doing the video. And with Callisto Protocol especially, I actually, like, my opinion on the game changed a lot doing the review of it. I don't think it's that bad now. I was pissed when Callisto Protocol came out. I fucking hated that game. Like, legitimately, I thought that game was shit when it came out. But I went back and replayed it, like, front to back, on a new save file, did the review, and it really, like, it changed my opinion on it. I now just, it's okay. It's fine. It's a perfectly okay game. Also gonna get all the planes. I think I might just end up getting all of them by the end of this ace list. It's fucking gigantic. Be prepped for all the Zelda fangirls to murder you. I feel like maybe I stand a better chance now in terms of Breath of the Wild and Tears. I know at least for Tears, people are starting to be a lot more critical of Tears of the Kingdom, like around this point. I've been seeing more and more videos that are like, Tears of the Kingdom is not bad, but it's kind of a bad sequel. I've been seeing a lot more of that start to pop up recently and like get a lot of views, which is a significant thing. It might not sound like it, that like them getting a lot of views off of that is significant, but that means that people are like actually clicking in and like watching the video. Because if someone like clicks into a video, dislikes it, leaves an angry comment before they watch it, then that's gonna actually like hurt the algorithm overall, because watch time is down, overwhelmingly negative engagement. Like that'll kill it. But if people are like actually watching and like engaging in the discussion like normally, that video is gonna do well. So it makes me think that maybe like, at least with Tears, I don't know about Breath of the Wild, but it seems like at least with Tears, a lot of people are kind of coming around on like, maybe it's not that great. It's happening slowly, but there's definitely like a trend emerging with that, at least that I've seen recently. I've watched those videos too, and a lot of them are echoing things that I said during my 100% playthrough back when the game came out, so I feel very validated. Because I also had people in my chat all the time telling me that I had terrible opinions on Tears of the Kingdom. Doing Zelda? No, I'm speaking theoretically. Because Zelda on both polls has been like a top 10 thing, so it's one of those that's like, at some point, Zelda's gonna get a review series. I don't know when, but like clearly it's something that I'm gonna have to do eventually, because there's just interest in that regardless of like what gaming fandom I'm polling. So when I inevitably get to it, I think I might be fine. Makes me feel like the odd one out for preferring Tears. I genuinely don't know which one I prefer, which is weird. Which one is that first place? Last I checked, it's still Yakuza. I can go check right now. I'll just go look at the top 3 right now. Because being number 1 alone doesn't mean like, oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna do that exact one. The top 3 are all the ones that I'm really eyeing. Actually, like the top 5, I'm eyeing. The top 3, I'm really eyeing, I guess is the best way to put it. Like numbers 4 and 5 are still significant, and I'm still considering them, just not as strongly. Yeah, Yakuza is number 1, it has 192 votes. Resident Evil's behind it with 179. And then Zelda is 3rd with 166. DMC is 4 with 164. Halo is 5 with 155. Oh, someone got that one. Thank you, I guess. You know, I had it, but that's cool. It's enough work for the rest of this decade. There's not that many Yakuza games. I looked recently. I've been really surveying. We're not done voting yet either, but you know, I'm thinking on it early. But what's it called? There's not that many Yakuza games. Like there's a lot, don't get me wrong, but there's not like a ton compared to the other review series that I've already done. Like Armored Core was 16 games, Ace Combat was 13 games, Metal Gear is 18? Yeah, I have 16 up currently, and I have 2 more to go, so 18. Yakuza, it was in the teens somewhere. I don't remember. I looked at it, like including the Japan-only releases and everything, like the Japan-only spin-offs and all that. It's in the teens somewhere. I don't remember how many exactly. Resident Evil is fucking big. You want to talk about enough work for the decade? Resident Evil. There's like 20 not 20. There's like 15-ish mainline Resident Evil games before we even get into spin-offs. Like before we even include the Gun Survivor games, shit like Resident Evil Gaiden, the Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles games, I'm trying to think. There's a ton of Resident Evil spin-offs. Oh, Operation Raccoon City, Outbreak 1 and 2. There's 2 of them. I think with spin-offs, Resident Evil is in like the mid to high 20s in terms of how many games there would be for that. And also, they just confirmed that they're working on both a remake for Resident Evil, which is currently heavily rumored with good sources to be Code Veronica. And they also publicly confirmed that they are working on Resident Evil 9, but they have nothing to really share so far. Like, they legit, at that Capcom event recently, they had the director for Resident Evil 7 and Village confirm that he's directing the new Resident Evil, the 9th mainline, like, numbered entry. And he just said, like, yeah, we're working on it, and when we have more to show you, we will be thrilled to do so. So they just publicly confirmed that they are working on Resident Evil 9, as well as the guy who directed 7 and Village is also going to be directing this one. We know that much. So yeah, that shit big. Remake 1 has no remake. I think they confirmed that they will not be remaking RE1 again. Or no, they didn't confirm it, but like insiders are saying there's absolutely no like talks at Capcom about it. Apparently they considered it for a brief time and they've written the idea off. I'd like Code Veronica. I feel like, look, the gaming market is so full of remakes and remasters that some people are sick of it, and I get it. I kind of am too. Like a lot of the time I'm like, okay, cool, remaster, I don't care. Like at this point I'm there. But you know what the one franchise that I still get like legitimately excited about remakes is Resident Evil. Because they do remakes better than genuinely anyone else right now. No one remakes games like Capcom, clearly. Damn these bombs. Holy shit. I can't believe I've been playing this mission for like an hour and a half. I hope Konami lands that MGS3 remake. Well, MGS3, from what we've seen so far, is primarily just gonna be a visual overhaul. Like, it's kind of, they've gone so safe that there's like legitimately close to no chance that they fail with it. Like, they're just using the original script, original voice lines. They're doing the gameplay basically one-to-one. They said something along the lines of it's gonna control closer to MGS5 in terms of like how it feels, but like the levels are unchanged. I'm assuming the enemy placements will be unchanged because of that. It's Konami, they'll find a way. That is kind of the thing, is that it's Konami, right? It's like there will be something. They confirmed that both the classic camera angles from the Snake Eater release and the third-person cam from Subsistence will be playable. Like, from what we know currently, I'm genuinely in the camp of like, there's maybe a 5% chance that they fuck it up, but it's such a small chance at this point because they have played it so unbelievably safe in like every metric. There's almost no chance this goes down poorly. Well, actually, it's Metal Gear Solid 3, so maybe. But for reasonable fans, there's basically no chance that this goes down poorly, in my mind. Could happen, but I'm not expecting it to happen. I think there's very little chance of this going down poorly. I was actually like not super excited for it after having played MGS3 already. But seeing like the larger breakdown and seeing like more of the footage and sorry, remaster. Delta's a remake. We don't know yet. All right, chat. One of my two pet peeves, gaming pet peeves, my two big ones. My two big ones. First of them is genres. People classifying things with the wrong genre drives me up the wall. The second is the remake, remaster, port, etc. Remasters do not use original assets. They do not. A remaster is the game being unchanged in terms of the way that it plays, the story, etc., but being overhauled with new assets to give it a visual uplift. A port or a re-release is everything being original, just with like some back-end stuff to make it more accessible, blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe it runs in a higher resolution. That's a re-release. A remake meets all qualifications? We don't know that yet. The thing with remake versus remaster is we genuinely can't know until we play the game ourselves. A lot of people have been fed this like marketing shit of if the game gets remade in a new engine, it's a remake. The term is a label based on what the final product is, not the production process to get there. Is the best way to try to correct that. Because a lot of brands do upsell and be like, oh yeah, we just, you know, the game runs in 4K now and runs on Windows 10, it's a remaster. And people are like, ooh, remaster. And some are like, yeah, we put the whole thing in a new engine, so it's a remake. And people are like, ooh, remake. And it's gotten really bad in recent years. Like if you want if you want remake, like perfect example, it's Resident Evil. If you want remaster, it's like Modern Warfare remastered, Dead Rising remaster. Seemingly. Dead Rising is kind of iffy as well. Dead Rising, we don't know entirely yet, but looks more like a remaster. Look at the words you just used. You skipped the part where I said it's less to do with the process of creating the product and more what the product is when it comes out, like what it is on the user end. You're being selective. Just having omnidirectional rolling transforms the game. Yeah, there's some that straddle the line like Demon Souls and like Dead Space, where they're like really, really authentic, but with some changes that are very significant, even though it's not a lot, right? There's iffiness on this, because, I mean, the games industry, the home console games industry is like 50 years old, and that's including like Atari. The modern home console industry is like 40-ish years old. A little less than 40 years old. And even then, the whole remaster remake thing didn't really start like significantly until like a decade ago. So a lot of this isn't entirely nailed down. I go by like the terms that are used in the actual like dev and design side of the industry. some people go by like the marketing. It's just whatever the company says it is. That's what it is.
Extensive damage in Sector 2.
Same game with patched weapons. Yeah, but then Dead Space also like changed all the systems design for the upgrades and added a whole new gameplay mechanic with the floaty boots and redesigned some of the areas and added some side quests. I would say Dead Space is closer to a remake, but it's so damn authentic that if you just look at it from a broader perspective, you might think it's a remaster. Dead Space is one of those weird ones where it's not entirely in one camp or the other. Oh God. Delta fits in that gray zone. That's what I like right now. It's hard to say because it seems like it's largely the exact same, but it's got some stuff that is really different. Like some, you'd think they're small things, but they're really not. You know, like the controls. We don't know how different those controls are actually gonna be. The tech side and the user side, remake technically, but functionality, it's a remaster. Yeah, generally the way that the actual like design and development side of the industry classifies it is the functionality side. Like once the product has been made and it's in the user's hand, what is it? Because that's how design works, right? The process to get there is all just in service of what the end product is, or what they want it to be. Rather, that's a better way of putting it.
The Hydrian line, bringing the battle to Belkan. I must inform you, however, that while you were on your mission,
but yeah, with like the controls thing that they mentioned, we don't know how significant that's going to be. They just kind of said it, and there wasn't really any like footage that showed anything too crazy. So that could legitimately just be like, you know, we're using the same functionality from MGS5 in terms of how the game is actually processing feedback from the controller. That's all it could be. And that would be pretty significant in terms of like a technicality thing, like what's actually happening on the back end. But on the user end, wouldn't feel super different. We don't know. Like, they didn't show anything insane when they said that, but they said that, and it's kind of weird. So that's a genuine question mark right now. Just who knows what that actually meant until we kind of get to play the game. We don't know. Okay, the next one is on Mission 8. Thank God. I almost said Dead Space. The Dead Rising remaster, remake, we don't know. Oh, Crouch Walk, it's a remake. Okay, one feature is not. Slow down. Oh, this one's easy. He just appears at the mission update on Ace. That's why I haven't seen him. Wait, what style? Oh, any style on Ace. I don't think I did the A route for this mission on Ace. That's probably why I missed him. Oh shit. Significant. Yeah, but we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Because if it's only one, then it ends up in that middle ground, that weird, like, in between of like, yeah, they added crouching. But is that enough? Like, it does technically take it out of remaster camp, but is it significant enough to put it totally in the remake camp, since everything else fits in the remaster camp aside from the one thing? That's when we get the weirdness. There are a lot of games, especially now, that are getting more like that, where it's like everything is the same except for this one thing. This one thing. And then it's just like, well, I haven't done 8A. That's why. Is Counter-Strike Global Offensive a remake? Kind of. That's a much weirder one to answer. Then you have Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that's remake. That's a remake a full, like, true remake is a totally different product in terms of, like, what you actually get compared to the original. Final Fantasy VII is a good example of a remake. Like, that's full-blown remake, like Resident Evil, right? Where it's like same setting, same characters, same general plot beats, but like totally different at the same time, right? That's like full-blown remake.
Escort allied transport craft after each mission is completed. That is all.
Counter-Strike is a weird one, because like Source is basically a remake of 1.7 or 1.66. I read 7 out of the chat. I know my Counter-Strike. I swear, all the Europeans are about to be on my ass for that one. Eastern Europe is about to be after me. Sorry, I forgot to go into the campaign and buy a plane. I meant to do that in celebration. Yeah, like Source is pretty much just 1.6. CSGO is basically just Source. And then Condition Zero we don't talk about. We don't talk about it. Like a reimagining, like some movies. Yeah, reimagining is not really a term that's used in the games industry. I mean, it gets thrown around from time to time, but it's not a very prevalent term right now. But reimagining is kind of just the way that gaming looks at remakes. Seven also split make. 3 discs turns into 3 games. Hey, 3 games so far on 3 discs and counting. Man, after all that, I only have enough to buy like one of the planes. And even then, I can't buy all of them. Some of them are still too expensive. Christ, this economy. Add that to my... I never realized it when I played Zero for the review. Add that to my nitpicks for Zero. The economy is all sorts of fucked. Like super mega fucked. I want the F2A because I love this thing. I really like it. And I can't buy any of the special weapons. I played for like an hour and 45 minutes doing that mission over and over and over. And then I got 1 plane with no special weapons out of that. And it was the cheapest plane available. Thank you, Zero. Free mission. Did you know Wikipedia calls Stranger of Paradise a Souls-like? I have never heard of Stranger of Paradise. What is this? Oh my god, it's a Final Fantasy game? You're shitting me. No way it calls it a Souls-like. Well, it doesn't necessarily. It says that the game combines the job system with Souls-like gameplay elements. But it doesn't just say it's a Souls-like, at the very least. It says it's an action RPG. What I'm talking about with like my genre shit, like that being one of my, like tied for my biggest gaming pet peeve, is people saying that like Outlast is a survival horror game. Oh my god, I could come unglued for that shit. Like, oh, holy shit. Like, they're both horror games, but... And I get it. Like, the people who do say that, have likely just never actually played survival horror. I get it. They both make you survive. That's always what people say too. They're like, it's a horror game where I have to survive. But then like every fucking game is a survival game. Ace Combat is a survival game. By that logic. Like it just doesn't work like that. It's not. Call of Duty is a survival game. Doom is a survival game. God, it drives me nuts. MGS2 is a role-playing game and a survival game. Did you know that? I can't remember who it was, but someone like earlier this year asked me why I get so worked up on the genre thing, and like you use genres as like a quick little thing. Like when someone asks you, like, I don't know, you could bring up a game, right? And you could be like, hey, have you ever played Ace Combat? Someone's like, no, never heard of it. What's Ace Combat? What's it like? You're gonna say like, oh, it's a flight game, like a flight action game, right? Something like that. Like you use it as a little thing to just be like, yeah, it fits in this genre, which then gives the person an idea of what the game is like. It's a descriptor. It gives like an accurate idea of what it might be like, just by you saying those few words, right? But if you start saying like Outlast is a survival horror game to someone who's actually played like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, that person is not getting an actual idea of what Outlast is like. Like at all. Oh my god, there's flak. Fuck me. Where's the flak? Where is it? There's a flak gun. Surely there's more than the one. But that's one. Yeah, there's still flak going. Where did that missile just... Oh, okay, it fired. It just wasn't on my radar. I was like, what did I just... Like, my missile disappeared into thin air, but it just wasn't showing on the radar. What would you describe Outlast genre? It's just a horror game. Just good old, like, basic horror game. Survival horror is a really egregious one nowadays, where like every game that is a horror game is a survival horror game. Like that label gets thrown around more than your mom on a Saturday night. Sorry, that was maybe a little uncalled for, but you get the idea. Civolk? Cyvolk? Thank you for the sub, appreciate it. Sorry for butchering your name. Like jump scare maze then? Yeah, pretty much. That's Outlast. Jump scare maze, run away from enemy, hide. Spooky things happen. All right, where's my ace? There's two of them. Three of them, maybe. I don't know. Man, I gotta go slow, too. Five Nights at Freddy's is a survival horror game. I bet you the wiki page says it is. Anyone willing to take the dive and pull up the Five Nights at Freddy's wiki? What does the first sentence say? Survive the night horror. That's kind of become its own like thing because of Five Nights at Freddy's. Like that is legitimately its own like subgenre now. But I bet you the wiki says survival horror. Like solid 90% chance that it does. Because every fucking horror game nowadays gets labeled survival horror. Even though survival horror is a genre that has like, you know, gameplay features and stuff that quantify what that experience is like. Genres, people. Genres. Resource management horror games. That's an interesting way of wording it. A point and click survival horror video game. Fuck my ass, dude. I hate it so much. Why? Why? If it ain't got tank controls, it ain't. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there, Jared from Avalanche Reviews. Cool your. I feel bad because Jared is great. And and he has like admitted that was a horrible take of his years ago, and he still catches shit for it like all the time. Because, you know, the videos are still up where he says it. And even though he's changed his mind now, he's like, yeah, I was wrong. That was a terrible take. He still gets so much shit for it. But like, it's almost become a meme for me, at least. If you don't know, another YouTuber who kind of does stuff like me, like full series retrospectives. He did a Resident Evil series that kind of like was the one that put him on the map. Like that's where his channel really blew up for the first time. And in that series, he like repeatedly with like Resident Evil 4 and even with Resident Evil 7 was like, if it doesn't have static camera angles and tank controls, it's not survival horror. And everyone was like, man, you gotta get past this. And he eventually did. Actually, no, it was, what game was it? It wasn't 7, actually, no. For a second, I thought, was it RE7? Or was it RE2 Remake that made him, like, it was one of those two games. Was the one that he was like, you know what, guys? I was wrong. Because this is so survival horror, even though it doesn't have static cam. It was one of those two. I just can't remember which one. Any Avalanche viewers happen to know? It was one of them. Oh god, I'm getting close. I don't like the giant laser beam. Oh no. I can't even use my radar to see anymore. I just gotta stay very clear of that laser until I shoot this bitch down. Like incredibly clear of the laser. Just be extra safe. It's legit insta-kill on this difficulty. And yeah, normally you can use the radar to see the radius of it. Not in here. Because the beam is not reflective of the area that the thing will actually kill you in. Or its active frames. The radar is. The beam is not. So this is scary as shit right now. Oh, I can see it right now. I got a little radar. Little coverage spot. Please fly away from the deadly laser. Yes! Okay, now we keep it slow and steady. Is insta-kill on lower as well? I thought it was like 2 ticks of damage on normal. Is it really on any difficulty? I thought you got a little leeway on normal, but I could be wrong. So excited for Prime 4, I need it now. I definitely will not be surprised if Metroid sees like a massive uptick in votes the next time that we poll for review series. Now that Prime 4 is like around the corner, it's gonna be back on people's minds. I played on normal and died immediately. Well, shit. Every difficulty then.
Galm Team, evacuate to the south immediately.
Man, with Resident Evil being at number 2, I've thought about this recently. Speaking of Avalanche reviews, 'cause I just brought them up for a joke. A worry of doing that series is getting like comparison to that. Because whenever I do a series that like someone else is also doing like a full retrospective or just has done one, I always get the comparison where someone's like, you're just copying this guy. You're just doing what this guy did. Armored Core, I can kind of get it. Because, like, I didn't have a history at that point of the full series review. So at that point, I got a lot of, like, you're just copying Vati, you're just copying Acer, etc. Ace Combat, I got it a couple times. A couple people were like, you're just doing the Jarbo thing. Even though Jarbo's thing is totally different. And me and Jarbo, like, both have seen each other's shit and like engaged with each other's shit, and like we do different things. Jarbo kind of does like the games as he wants to play them. I did like a much more like front to back in order sort of thing.
Still, the best defense is offense.
Metal Gear, I haven't gotten like any comparisons with the full series, but I do like on occasion get comparisons for like specific videos. Like Twin Snakes and MGS4 both got compared to like a couple specific videos a lot. But man, with Resident Evil, I'm worried. Because also, what I was thinking about is like, if I do a series that I've played already, then it actually is a retrospective. Right? There were like 3. I only ever got comparisons to Jarbo, weirdly. What were the other 2? Plain? Yes. Hold on. So with that, trying to be Jay's reviews. Jay did one. I'm surprised I haven't gotten that. But you're right, Jay did do one. I was like, I don't know if anyone else has really done like a full front to back Metal Gear series like that before. At least not that I've seen. But you're right, Jay did one like years ago. Man, we knocked off so many in that one run. Just like they all kind of spawned. The true difference is you actually finished yours? Oh. Are none of them complete? I mean, Jarbo, I don't think he might eventually do every single one, but like I said, he just kind of does like the video that he wants to when he wants to for Ace Combat. And he does a lot of other stuff too. This one is an 8B. Appears in mission update if the player destroys all targets in the first part of the mission in 5 minutes or less. What does that mean? I guess we'll see. Don't all of the mission 8s have the laser sequence? Am I gonna have to do that every time? Because that's actually like one of the few Ace Combat 0, like it feels like an AC5 gimmick where I'm like, oh my god, I have to do this again. A decent chunk of the hardcore AC crowd don't like X because it's so hard. You thought it was hard on normal, imagine it on Ace. Did I think it was really hard? I don't remember that. Thunderous Fulf? I thought that was an I for a second, I couldn't tell. Fulf? Is that right? Currently working on a multi-hour long Zero video. Why'd you have to mention he was a furry? Is this AC7 video part of it? Or is that just a whole separate thing? Oh man, his are so long. Is he doing like all the lore and shit with them? Did he skip 3? Did he skip 3? Hold on. He did. I see it now. He did 3 first. And it's an hour and 35 minutes. Fuck. They're also really spread out, like among everything else. It seems like his AC like retrospective is more of a like a side project for his channel, whereas mine was, you know, when I do a series, it's like this is the main thing. So, because man, the 3 video is almost 2 years old, and it looks like he's currently. Someone said he's working on 0. He has an advanced video there. Is that part of it? He has a 10-minute video titled About AC Advance. I think Cole reminds me of IGN. I think you're banned. I think you're gone. Kidding. I'm kidding! He talked about it at the end of Advance. Oh. His Advanced review was only 10 minutes long. How long was mine? Hold on. Where is my Advanced review? How long ago was that? There it is. 12 minutes. You know me. Clearly just the home of in-depth Ace Combat content. Obviously. I thought our communication was high. Man, there's no way that it's high across the board. That was the thing that I was like, communication? I mean, not that I would exactly know about all 3 categories, but like communication? High? I feel like we miscommunicate fairly often. I feel like I think it's slacking on your end. I don't think so. I think we both misunderstand each other. Like, frequently, actually. Thank you very much. Destroy all targets in the first part of the mission in under 5 minutes. So just rush the targets. Ace Combat has too much sky. I should have said that. That would have been a funny bit, man. Your sarcasm is dry. Do you hear yourself sometimes? Do you know, like, what umbrella, like, what category of comedy sarcasm falls under? Dry comedy, false. It's considered dry comedy. That's the point. Sarcasm by its nature is dry. That's what it is. You can't hate me because my sarcasm is on point. Has your phone been smoking? No, False put up like a thing, like some space racism shit, and by that I mean zodiac signs, of course. So it was like, you know, based on what zodiac signs you are, like your compatibility in different categories. Or wait, no. One of the categories is just compatibility. What does that even mean? Is it just like... Is the compatibility column just an average of the other 2 columns? Because I'm looking at it and it kind of seems like that's what it is, actually. It seems like the only column that really matters is the first column, and the other 2 are just more specific, I guess. But anyway, it's got like 3 categories for like relationships. It's like, how compatible are you based on your zodiac signs? Which obviously is totally legitimate. And by that column, me and False have high compatibility across the board, including communication. And apparently both of us had the exact same thought of like, high on communication? What? Because I read it and that's what I thought. I didn't say that. But then False read it and that's what she thought also. Completely separate of one another. Both of us clearly had the same thought of like, communication? High? Because like False doesn't understand my sarcasm, and False also does this thing that confuses the shit out of me, where she likes to play devil's advocate whenever we're talking about something, but she doesn't mention that she's playing devil's advocate. Like, you know how a lot of the time when someone does, they're like, well, just to like play devil's advocate, and then they do the thing, or like, you know, just to try to understand the other side of it. And then they say, no, False will just like say the devil's advocate thing, but without saying that she doesn't agree with it. And then we'll start arguing because I disagree, but we actually agree, but she's just saying it to play devil's advocate. And so we argue for like 10 minutes, and then she's like, well, I don't actually agree with anything of what I just said. And I'm like, then why did we just argue for 10 minutes? Every time I'm like, God damn it, False. Why did we just have that whole back and forth about this?
You should be making visual contact.
Have unresolved issues in the bedroom. Well, also apparently, never mind. I am no echo chamber. Just say it. Just drop it on me, like up front. Just be like, well, you know, just to play devil's advocate. That's all you have to say. Just say it, and then I'm not gonna argue with you for 10 minutes and actually get frustrated when you're like, well, I didn't actually mean it. Ah, fuck, missile. Because every time I'm like, fuck, man, I just got worked up for like 10 minutes straight over nothing. Ah ha ha ha. Exactly. Obviously, you need to make your sarcasm more wet. I am way too good to make a joke about your mother there. I'm so much better than that. I would never. If there's anything I'm known for, it's certainly not making jokes about mothers and my relationships with them. Okay, this time I'm not gonna get hit by a missile, right? To be fair, me and False do not have these communication issues when we're actually in call. Like when we're actually both speaking, like with our voices. Over text, it's a fucking shit show every time. Every time. That's like your main trait, I think. I can't believe that I accidentally made that a thing. I just made one your mom joke because it was funny. And then from that point on, everyone's like, where's the your mom joke in this video? There was no joke about you banging my mother. I'm disappointed. I wanted to hear about how you have sex with my mother. Disliked. Come on. Eventually. Now it's time. Just drive through text. Damn. I'm so much better than that. I'm not gonna. There's a lot of self-restraint happening today. Oh my god. The universal stepdad? That's what I said. You know, one guy was like, man, first the whole COD lobby, now you? My mom's been busy. And I responded to him. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I responded and said something to the extent of like, your mom has been busy. You know how many moms I had to get through to say that? Like to be able to put that in the video? Fuck. I think Pixie just got the last target. Are we done? I think we're done. That had to be less than 5 minutes, right? Mission timer was 20? Surely. This is a pretty good bomb. What did I just read?
Battle and its outcome is up to you. There they are. The Allied transport planes.
I have to fight a man's for a thank you.
Superiority.
You tell them. What? Oh no.
Something flashed.
No, that out of context is so bad, false. I struggled to even think of the context there. That took me a minute. I joked in False's 4th of July stream, she was playing like a firework like sandbox game off of like Itch. And she started setting up this giant like propane tank explosion that I shit you not, she spent like an hour and a half setting up. Like just walking around and placing things down. And I said something to the extent of like, please False, you've been edging us for like an hour and a half. Just set the thing off. And then it spiraled into maybe multiple edging jokes. And that's the context. I did not just randomly be like, hey chat. Any edgers in chat? Me personally, I know what I'm doing tonight. It was not like that. Okay? I made one edging joke that just turned into both of us making multiple edging jokes. Because it was funny. Okay, this guy is in a Grippin. I am not, and also avoiding a space death laser, or not a space laser. I mean, it's coming from the sky, but it's not actually a laser that's coming from the sky, so I don't really know the logistics of it, but it works somehow. There's probably lore about it somewhere. It's a giant laser. It's a giant laser. It's called gooning now, old man. It's both. It's both. Have you seen the Elden Ring messages? Coming from a mirror in space. Please tell me that's legitimate. Giant mirror satellite that it's reflecting off of. Please, dude. Please, dude. A mirror satellite would be the perfect explanation for this. Could you imagine how goofy it would be to just have this giant like mirror pointed at Earth so that you can bounce a laser off of it? I mean, I guess it would work, but just picturing it is kind of silly. I think it's legit. Like, to be honest, it would probably work. They said that in 2013. Well, I mean, I've been doing it since 2013, so surely there was a term for it. That's a joke, by the way. That's what we call a joke, chat. Hello, Relic. Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that you've come into me making edging jokes. I would tell you this is not normal, but that would be a lie.
Galm Team, evacuate to the south immediately.
It's wild. The whiplash from videos to streams is really, really something. For 10 years and counting. You're damn right. That's what makes me such a alpha male, such a top G Sigma. I forget that Sigma's the new alpha, you know. I actually watched a video recently of like a roughly maybe like 10 or 11-year-old kid explaining like all the Gen Alpha slang, and it was legitimately kind of funny. Like, not even in a, oh my god, we're so doomed way, but it was just funny because, like, every term that the guy asked the kid, like, what does that mean? He would use, like, another piece of slang to describe it, so then it just kept, like, it was a domino effect every time, right? Have you played Catherine? I have not, actually. I remember seeing some of the like cutscenes from that game back in the day and being like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I still really don't know what it is, to be honest. I don't even know if I've ever seen gameplay of it. redacted. Man, it's really unfortunate that there are so many different people that could be. So many different names. It's a puzzle game? Really? What did I just walk into? Don't worry about it. Completely normal chat activities. Definitely. It's a puzzle game? With those cutscenes? Oh, okay. From what I know about the guy, he would probably love that game. I'm sorry, that. We're moving on from that. That was uncalled for. An action puzzler. Take from that what you will. An action puzzler, huh? I don't know what to take from that. Sounds neat, I guess. I went out for a bit, came back to chat being horny. Oh, God. I think Aristotle once said something along the lines of why to be camed? Camed?
Welcome back.
Did they do a sequel?
We lost several of our members.
Why did the Rad Brad
Mercenaries like
play
us
this like
exposed
4 years
to
ago?
guys in charge.
Oh, sweet, my volume's off. I knew what I was
We
doing.
survived.
Hold on. Oh, what? I'm looking at it right now. That... It's a legit puzzle game. The mechanics look kind of neat, actually. Like, it looks really interesting, legitimately. Oh. You guys can't even see what I'm looking at. Sorry. Back to flying planes. You should play it. It looks interesting.
The mission objectives were achieved, but only after sustaining heavy losses from enemy laser ordnance. A war without honor.
Oh, it's a definitive edition. And a whole third heroine. Is this on the poll? This is not on the poll. Add it to the list. I don't know about that one. Man, Drakengard's already on there. I'm gonna have to talk about that someday, and I really don't want to. And survival puzzle horror. I only just saw it. God damn it. Survival puzzle horror. I'd vote for it. Fuck. Okay. It'll be on the next one. I feel like not many people will. It'll probably be one that gets like a moderate amount, but not like a shit ton. Man, I've added a lot of games to this list since this round of it. First Draken sucks ass. Oh, it looks like all three of them do from what I've seen. To be completely fair, at least from what little I've seen of them, it seems like the whole trilogy does. But it's important. It's important context for the Nier games. It really, and even the first Nier doesn't look like it would really be my thing all that much. It looks like the only one that I would really get into, if anything, is Automata. It seems like that's where they actually like nailed the gameplay down. Took 5 games, but we got there. Oh, this one's super easy. Mission 8C appears in mission update. It was a masterpiece, especially the soundtrack. God. Drakengard just seems really rough in like every category. Like both of the gameplay formulas look brutal. The music is awful. The story is not very good. At least from what I understand of it, which is more than I would like to. Their gameplay isn't great or playable. 3 is almost decent.
Belka's second line of defense stretches
Nice.
across the Shane Plains in the central region of
I'm sure I will love that series. To be fair,
anti-aircraft camps.
bad games are interesting to talk about.
Air route is already delaying our military plans.
Like, honestly, they're about as interesting to talk about as, like, amazing games. I would rather talk about amazing games. I enjoy being positive more than I enjoy being negative, believe it or not.
Alpha team will be responsible
But,
for destroying enemy ground.
they're interesting to talk
Beta
about.
team's job will be to eliminate air resistance and destroying enemy ground ordnance.
Because it was made by Platinum. Oh, I forgot that Platinum made Automata. No wonder that one's good.
Each mission is completed.
It suddenly makes sense now that you've reminded me of this. No wonder that's the one game out of all of them that I'm like, oh, that one actually looks fun. Because it's Platinum Games. No shit. Plus the leveling cheat. Yeah, you guys, False played the first game all the way through, but she used a cheat that maxed out her level like the first enemy she killed. Just so everyone knows. To be fair, she got talked into it by someone who described it as being not that extreme. But see, I am a pure gamer. I would only experience it as it was released. To an extent that some people find painful. Like, how many people really did not like that that I played MGS3 Snake Eater instead of Subsistence. Or there's been a couple of them. What are the other ones? Oh, some people thought it was weird that I played like the original Metal Gear 2 instead of the like Subsistence re-release where they rewrote things and stuff. But man, it made it so much more interesting to do it that way, because then when I played Metal Gear Solid, I was like, holy retcons, Batman. But if you play the Subsistence version, like the majority of those retcons are just rewritten in the re-releases that we got in the West. So playing the original just made it way more interesting.
Bandits in gun range.
Like, famously, my favorite Metal Gear retcon, probably ever, is the line in MGS1 where Snake is like, Big Boss told me he was my father back in Zanzibar land before I killed him. And I'm like, no, he didn't. What? That's new. And apparently, I can't confirm because I haven't played the re-release myself. But people in chat said that in the Subsistence version, they just added a line where he does bring that up at the end of Metal Gear 2 and reveal that. But in the original, he doesn't. Get scolded why I didn't play the new one. Coldest Gate keeps the... I didn't even tell you had to play the old one. All I said is that performance might be rough if you try to play the new one. Because I played the new one on, on my 1080 Ti build, and it was really rough. And I used a streaming PC, and it was really rough. Like, even just having anything open along with the game, my computer wanted to die. So with the amount of shit that you would be running, I was just giving you a heads up that it might not go so well. I didn't mean it as you absolutely need to play the original. I was giving you the heads up. You were killed in Zanzibar. Oh man, yeah, holy retcons. There's way more Metal Gear 2 retcons, actually. Gray Fox lives, even though you literally watch him blow up into chunks in the original, like before your eyes. I'm trying to think. There's more. Hold on. The most minor one that is just like, I don't even know why they changed it, is that in the original Japanese release of Metal Gear 2, the game was supposed to take place in 1998, but then in Metal Gear Solid, they mentioned it as taking place in 99, and from that point on, it was just always 99. I don't know why, but they did. He got better. Yeah, he just, you know, the doctors found him. But like, he legitimately does blow up before your very eyes. I did not do that very well. Was it really that bad? It was really that bad. Like, I've got the VODs up still. You could go see. My PC was struggling. And again, I wasn't even like encoding the stream on my PC. I just had OBS open. Like, not recording or encoding a stream or anything. And I don't use VTube Studio or anything like that. So that's why I was warning you, because it was really rough for me to stream that game. Dead Space Remake is not optimized very well, is primarily the issue. Gray Fox, no. And I mean, obviously, like in MGS1, most of the Metal Gear 2 retcons are MGS1, but this was like a way later one. MGS4, Big Boss lived. Like, that was never a thing until MGS4. Up until that point, like MGS1, MGS2, Big Boss died in Zanzibar. Like, that never changed until way later. When suddenly he was like, just kidding, bitch. You watched me burn alive, but I was too angry to die. Maybe. I don't know. That's kind of another game protagonist thing, but I could steal it for a bit. Was suddenly the one that founded Foxhound? I think that was always the case. Or no, I guess not founded. Yeah, you're right, actually. It's that he was commander of Foxhound back in in Metal Gear 1. But, what's it? Yeah, he never had founded it until later. I retconned the whole series by killing Ocelot when I played 3 for... Wait, you can kill Ocelot? Like, legitimately? That's a thing? I always thought it was so interesting how, what's it? Like, post MGS1, Ocelot just, like, with each mainline game, progressively became, like, more and more of a main character to the point where in, like, the actual canon that we have now, it's legitimately, like, yeah, everything links back to Ocelot. He was involved in every last event at this point. Nothing happened in this universe without Ocelot.
This is gonna get crazy. Break formation. Pin it down. Nice shot. Approaching gun range.
You created a time paradox. Wasn't one of them reckoned to be Venom Snake? I could bullshit you right now, but I won't. This is like the one time that I will act like I actually know what you're talking about before the video comes out, so enjoy it. Venom Snake is Metal Gear 1 big boss. Metal Gear 2 is actually big boss. Like big boss, like legit big boss. That's not theory either. That's just like 100% confirmed. It's only theory and hearsay if you just for some reason don't want to believe it. Vroom vroom. That is it. After saying that, what's a Venom Snake? Oh fuck, there's so many missiles, man, and I'm not in the plane. Finished the game already? What game? When are Chole and False doing seamless co-op Elden Ring stream? Don't ask me. But actual, that's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie to you. Talk about something that would be, you know, like a 3-year series of streams. What? 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 False. Oh god. These MiGs are brutal in this plane. I just have to turn on the Xbox. Well, yeah, you just have to... False. Just throw it on the calendar. And then you'll actually do it. Just lock it in. And then it will happen. It's so easy. I've still got the... What's it? The thing in my PayPal is still sitting there. Actually, I don't know if it has. PayPal might have a thing where if I don't accept it for long enough, it goes away. I don't know. I could just buy it anyway, and we don't have to tell him if that's the case. It doesn't? Okay, good. Because I was like, it's been there, man. It's been there. Test your relationship under pressure. Real pressure? I don't feel like it would be bad. I'm so chill and patient. Especially your frugal ass. I would do it. It's not that much. It's not bad. Oh my god, now I have to do the aces and everything. Fuck my ass, dude.
What the hell happened? Alex, what's going on? Hold on. Incoming emergency message from Operations HQ.
Flamingo, you're first.
Enemy launching long-range attacks. Current airspace is within range. Now you tell us. Where should we fly? Transmitting projected enemy targeting coordinates. All units evade attacks.
Man, this is gonna be something. This should at least be the last time I have to do this.
Plane 4 just vanished. Allied planes are disappearing from radar. Plane 6 is gone too.
Is that with me killing him in Halo over and over again? Look, I know that a lot of people don't exactly associate it with me, but I genuinely have so much patience. Like, really. Do you know how many DMC2 S ranks I have? Come on. Come on. Do you know how much time I've spent playing that fucking game? Not just playing it to perfection.
Galm Team, check the enemy's estimated long-range attack coordinates via radar.
Laser weaponry? Those damn Falcons?
Come here. Now I just gotta take it home. DMC2 happened? No, DMC is just on hold because it's just like a I want to do it sort of thing. And I need to kill some series off, like badly.
Don't panic, just keep flying and keep an eye on your radar.
The schedule is too bloated, and it's only gonna continue to bloat if I don't kill some shit off. Not saying that I've killed DMC off. Just that is so long anyway, and it's just purely for the sake of I wanted to. So that one is just on ice for the time being until I can clear out some space. Man, I can just do this. You can literally just yaw the whole thing. Yeah, you actually can. Okay.
Galm Team,
I have VODs up on VOD channel, but no timestamps. Like the full VODs? Oh, that one's closer. Okay. Maybe the game picked up on it. It was like, hey. You gotta chill out. I rage quit Acid 1 twice, and then you came around and said, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I like Acid 1 enough. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but it's cool. It's hard, like way too hard at a couple points. Let me guess. The mission where all the power goes out? Maybe? Potentially. One of those at least. More likely both. I remember. Because holy fuck.
Galm Team, evacuate to the south immediately.
I'm just waiting for it to be yep. The mission was awful. I had this, I did the whole rant in the video about it. But it was a mission where like you can't see the enemies until they're a few tiles away from you because the lights are out. But then they also did this like gimmick with it where if you took any damage, you could no longer see the enemies for like 2 turns or something. Like you just actually couldn't see because you were like dazed or some shit, right?
South immediately.
And so what would happen is you'd get hit once, you couldn't see anything, so you can't shoot back at the enemies. And then, guess what? The enemies can still see you. That quality doesn't apply to the enemies, only applies to the players. So if you get shot once during that level, you are getting just soft locked into death. There's nothing you can do.
Stay on course to the south.
And the mission is like an hour long, no checkpoints. Didn't have trouble with that actually, probably skill issue. No, bullshit, it's so bullshit. I didn't have any trouble with the final boss, and I don't think I ever got the Shagohod. What did the Shagohod, sorry, accent.
Evacuate to the south immediately.
Shagohod. What did that card do? Did I ever have that card? I don't recall having it, actually.
Return to base.
Acid, Shago, Hod. Well, that's not Metal Gear Acid.
Welcome back.
That was a bad nightmare. We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable.
Here we go,
to
list of
charge.
the cards.
But in the end,
Shago, Hod.
we survived.
10 by 10 area? No, I did not have that. Definitely not. For 120 damage? Jesus. I didn't have a lot of stuff from the Metal Gear Solid 3 pack, actually. I remember
Mission objectives were
only
achieved.
ever getting like all the really shitty cards from the MGS 3 pack and being pissed about it.
Country must put an end to this war. If not,
I didn't get like any of the good shit out of that pack. MGS 1 and 2 packs were fine for me, but I didn't ever get anything. And the Chronicle pack was amazing for me, but never anything good from the MGS 3 pack. Couldn't keep the pods down? The pods? I don't recall the pods. Okay. I got like 3 aces there. Am I done with mission 8? Please tell me I don't have to do the laser thing again. For the love of God. $64. It's mission 9. Woo! We're done with all the 8 variants. We're moving on. But of course, there's immediately 3 different aces across all the mission 9 variations. Actually, I have 65 and 66, so we only have to do 1. Otherwise, we would have to do like all 3 again. Appears after all 4 jamming facilities are destroyed on the mercenary variation. I should go see if I can buy planes. Pack RNG is so dog ass. Like, it's fun, but only if you get good cards. Right? It's fun, assuming you're getting the good stuff. If you're not, good luck. I like Acid. It's a fun idea. Fairly well executed. Oh. From shooting his big Zam beam? I never figured out that gimmick. You know what I had Teleco do during that fight? I gave her like all the cardboard boxes and I put her in the fucking corner. She just sat there. Because those little like drones would come in and like try to kill her as the fight went on. So I just had her hide in a box and I just did the whole fight with Snake. I did not know there was a gimmick like that to shut down the giant beam. The more you know. You learn something every day. Today I learned that there is a way to stop the beam attack in Metal Gear Acid. I just had like legitimately a deck of like every cardboard box
we discovered that the
for Teleco for that, and she just sat in the corner the whole fight. Gave Snake all like the rocket launchers and like giant snipers and stuff, and just had him solo it.
According to our information, the strike zone is heavily guarded by a jamming facility and multiple anti-aircraft artillery units. Your objective is to destroy.
Oh, and cost down. Cost down was always... That was the fun... I remember the cost system is really fun in Metal Gear Acid. I love the way they did that in both of those games. It's so good.
In light of this, we've called
nearly impossible to get away from it. I think as soon as it would start up, I would just bolt out of there. Or maybe I just face tanked it and then out healed it by the next time. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But I distinctly remember putting Teleco in the corner and just loading up Snake with all the big, like, super damage cards and having him go to town. I'm not going to use either of those on this mission. I wouldn't get any use out of them. I know it's a lot of air to ground, but it's like all stuff that's spread out. Hits the entire 2/3 of the screen in front of him. Yeah, I think I might have just run to the side of him or some shit. Because it has like a long windup. I guess so that Teleco can shoot the pods. I thought it was so that Snake could run away. But now that makes more sense. Tried to face tank it, but it stun locked me into death. Yeah, now I'm genuinely like, how did I handle that? Because that was so long ago that I don't remember. But it was something like that. I either just ran away from it or tanked it and tried to out-heal everything. Whatever I did, it must have worked, because I didn't think the final boss was all that bad. I gotta do the jammer first. Maybe I would have used the bombs for the jammers, now that I'm thinking about it. So the ace just spawns in on this one after destroying the jammers, apparently. Having to wait for 10 years, just waiting for a card or equipment to progress. Man, it really, like, that was the problem when they started doing that shit, right? When it would have, like, oh yeah, you need a remote-controlled missile to get past this area. But then, because you're using, like, a 30-card deck, or a 40 if you max it, I always kept it at minimum so that I would get the cards I wanted sooner. I always just rocked 30 cards. But even with 30, it was just... Ugh. You know, you had like the 2 cards in your deck that you had to shuffle through, waiting to get the thing to progress. It was bad. That part was really bad. It had its hiccups, but it was solid. Each attempt took more than an hour. For the final boss? What weapons were you using? I think I'm slowly seeing the problem. I remember it being long, but I don't remember it being, oh, I'm dead, being that long. Please. Well, it didn't kill me. Ooh. I don't know how it didn't kill me, but it didn't. The ace is getting away. That one is so clearly the ace. Or is it you? It's you. Wait, no, that's not the one I'm here for. I don't actually know, to be honest. I don't remember which plane I was trying to shoot down, but I'll take both of them. 5 FPS. Wait, did it run poorly? No one ever mentioned that the performance was really bad. That would be really weird. I guess it was pretty high poly for a PSP game, but not like by a ton. I would assume you're the one I'm missing. No, because I remember getting this guy. I might be dead. No, we're fine. Fuck you, Excalibur. Can't kill me. Why'd you take air to ground for the last mission? We only had air to ground weapons for the last mission. I couldn't afford any of the air to air weapons for the plane. Give the player smaller packs that get better as you progress. That's what Acid did. That's exactly what Acid did. Oh God. Even the fast forwarding doesn't bring it up to regular speed. Wait, what? We've had this conversation? I don't remember it. An enemy from chapter 2. Acid puts the card packs like in the levels for you to go and like find as optional little side bits. And it progressively like gives you better packs. Like the MGS 3 pack was just the best pack in the game, had all the best cards really. And that was like the very last one that became available near the end. And then it also had the card shop that you could buy like with the currency you earned while you were playing. And that also just like, depending on how far in you were, the different packs were either available or they weren't. MGS 3 pack wasn't in there until like way at the end. That sounded close. Take that! All 4 of them. There's another target still? Oh, it's Excalibur. This is the... Yeah, okay. Ignore me. Wasn't the F2A? No, I already have the... What's it? What's it called? The special. I mean, I guess it could have been. There's so many aces here. Not all of them are the camo ones. How good is Starscream? What plane is Starscream?
Destroy Excalibur, Cipher. I know you can do it.
I don't know my Transformers.
It's time to destroy Excalibur once and for all.
Oh, this is an F2. Yeah, he was originally an F16, right? Or maybe a 15? Question mark? What my mom calls your pee-pee, among other things.
Confirmed. Elimination of target. We can even see it from here. Good job.
F16 in Prime. F16 is not bad in this game. Like, it's good. It's not, like, amazing, but it's good. Only the SP. We're doing all of them. Just my brain for a second was like, no, I've already got the ace skin right here. But then I remembered that only some of them do give skins because there are just so many.
All planes, job well done. PJ, don't get too excited and crash, buddy. Yeah!
Yeehaw.
Although we didn't discover any new...
Okay, so let me see that ace list. Let me see. Ace style. We're down to like the 3rd page or 4th. That's looking pretty damn good. We filled out a couple there. 77 is the next one. Which is Mission 10. Mercenary. Attempts to escape by flying southeast towards the border after mission update. On ace difficulty, they will fly to the southeast corner and stay there. I think Pixie got the F2A on the last one. What do you mean? Oh, if Pixie shoots them down, it counts. If Pixie shoots them down, it counts. Benlack? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, I wasn't sure earlier because he's shot down a couple throughout the stream. He's maybe shot down 3, at least that I recall, like, seeing go down from him. But they count every time, so we take those. We save. You can't see enemy movement patterns until you're right next to them, making it trial and error. I felt like the stealth was pretty consistent. A little weird. Especially in 2, I thought it was really consistent. Same as if squad shoots down an ace on 5. Oh, is that the same? Hold on, I'm just going to continue. I've only got a minute. I can't do a whole AC mission in a minute. And there's big video things happening. Always big video things happening, of course. Always. Yeah, this is better. Wait. We're going with that. I was like, what screen am I ending on? This screen. This is the music. Anyway, it's about that time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. I can talk. I do a good job talking. Do it a lot. Leave a sub, come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing the Elden Ring DLC. We've been doing 100% on all the Armored Core games, Metal Gear, stuff like that. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead, leave a like. I almost said sub again. Leave a like. Algorithm stuff. You know how it is. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. They're all down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.